So this is going to be a haul video. Today I went to the city center or whatever and bought a bunch of stuff, mostly planners and things, because it's the 2nd of January. So I'm gonna do 2019 right. I mean, I did 2018 pretty gosh darn well, and I'm planning on doing 2019 even better. And to plan that, I have bought some planners and stuff. And I'm always kind of like, should I make videos that aren't just book reviews, because like that's the point of this channel. But actually the point of this channel is for me to learn. I've said this like a gazillion times, but anyways, for me to practice my English before moving to America, and also for my friends in Korea to see me do stuff, because that is nice. And I miss him and he misses me, so it's fun. And he said that he would like to see videos that aren't just book reviews, even though he doesn't care about the books I read, but the point is just me talking, so why not make this video? So at first I bought this book at the Tiger. I don't know if I should shop there. It's probably really unethical. Maybe I should just, but it's difficult to find out. Everything is unethical. I'm trying my best. That is one of my New Year's resolution, is that I will be way more focused on not doing a bunch of unethical stuff. Like, for example, I just deleted like a lot of my Spotify playlists because I don't want to support billionaires anymore, or millionaires, because I don't think it's ethical to have that amount of money, no matter how much you donate to charity. If you have millions of dollars, that's too much, and no one deserves that. It's like, oh, okay, maybe you are a really good musician, and you deserve to be paid for that awesome music that people enjoy, but you don't deserve millions. Like, why do you need that much money? I don't understand why you would need that much money. Like, of course, maybe you have like more expenses, but that you have to use, like you have to like tour or whatever, and that's expensive. But like, there's always a point where you literally do not need to earn that much. Like, it's fine to buy like a couple of, or some expensive products like skincare things or whatever, and like shampoo, like sure, that's fine. But you can do that without having millions. You don't have to always just, it's okay to be rich, it's just not okay to be filthy rich. And I don't want to support it, because like, you could literally save billions of lives. You could like do so much, or you can save thousands of lives and improve the lives of so many people. And to simply just hang on to all that money, and especially like, because now there's this thing where it's like a bunch of them have pledged to donate to charity, like the Bill Gates Foundation or whatever is like, or it's like, oh, I will donate like half of my money during my lifetime, which is like, why won't you just donate it now? I mean, I don't understand. Like, of course, one thing that can be difficult is you have to like plan, like, where can I put my money to make the biggest positive impact to the world. Like, of course you have to research, but you always have to research. Like, there's so many charity foundations that aren't good, like, for example, donating to people who will just like throw some money at a different country, but then that money is actually only the government keeps it and doesn't really use it for bettering the life standard in the country. Or like, some foundation go and build a school somewhere, but then it's actually like, instead you could have created opportunities with a job opportunity and like pay the local, like, it's a really high unemployment rate, and you could have paid them to build it. I heard one story, I don't know if it's true, I think it's true, I've heard it several times, and my mom told me, and she usually fact checks, that there was this place where some people were building a school and stuff, some people from the West, and then but they did it really badly because it was just like volunteers, and it's like, oh, it's great to volunteer. I've signed up for volunteering now. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to, because I haven't gotten like a yes yet or like assigned to somewhere, but maybe I should sign up for more charity. And but I'm really looking forward to that. But volunteering is good. But like every night, the local people had to like rebuild the school because they did it so badly, which is like what that's so silly. And you can volunteer in great ways, and you can donate to charities that are good. Like, you know, everyone knows like PETA sucks and like Autism Speaks suck because they really just hate autism. And there's like other charities that's like for autists, by autists, and like or people who have autism, I guess you should say. Or maybe it depends. I don't know. I'm gonna say people with autism because some people don't like it, but I know a lot of people are like, yes, I'm not like a person with autism. I am an autist because that's not a bad word. It's like the same as like, why would you not say people are fat because they are, and that's not a bad thing. It's just they literally are fat. So, but again, I do not have autism, so I'll just say people with autism in case some people don't really like that, and it is used negatively sometimes, but I don't think autism is whatever. This isn't the video about autism. It's a video about how it's unethical for me to like, or I just don't want to be okay with so much. I'm okay with so much stuff. Like I'm okay with just people having millions of dollars, for example. Like it's the same thing as like being a vegetarian. Like, of course it doesn't really make any difference on the world whatsoever that you're a vegetarian, but like there's thousands of vegetarians, and that's great. And maybe I should be a vegetarian right now. I think I'm going to do the thing where I'm not going to buy meat myself. I mean, that's also like, I'm not going to buy meat, but like I will eat it if it is like with family, or like I'm at a guest somewhere and they have meat. But at the same time, that's really easy for me to say and do because like meat is expensive and I don't have any money. And that's basically what I've been doing, is like, oh, I use public transport. That's good. I don't drive a car. But like that's also just bullcrap, because like the public transport system here is really good, and like I don't have enough money for a car. It would be impractical for my life to have a car where I'm living, but when I'm moving to America, I am going to get a car, and that really sucks. But there's not really, I don't think I can have a life there without a car, and I guess I should try to use the bus there. I did when I was in America last time, but this chair is weird. It's like it's a really old chair, but yeah, maybe like I should I hope I can try to use public transport. It was really uncomfortable and kind of scary, because like it was scary because like I don't know the culture, so I don't know like what's dangerous or not. Like for example, where I grew up, right outside my house, there's like this bar where there's a lot of Somali men who talks really loudly, and people were too scared. Like some people didn't want to like visit me or like walk by my house because they were scared of like where I lived. And I think they were like, oh, they are yelling really loudly in a language I don't understand. Is there like a problem? Like, are they like being like talking about really bad stuff? And it's like, no, of course not. They were just like, hey man, what's up? How's your day? But they didn't know that, and they were really scared of that. So, and I think that's why I was also so scared in America, because I didn't know like what's dangerous, what's not. I don't know what streets are dangerous and where it's not dangerous to go. So I don't know where the problem is. Like you hear like, oh, there's so much crime where I live. There was a lot of crime, or not a lot of crime, but people say so. But anyway, like if there was like a stabbing or like a shooting or whatever, it's always like people who know each other. And like, oh, there was like one crazy woman one time who like tried to stab a kid, but that kid was fine too. And it was, so yeah, it's like I knew that I was not in trouble there because there was a lot of people. So like if there was a problem, people would like see that. So I felt really, really safe because I knew I've lived there my entire life. But in America, I don't know. I don't know like what's dangerous and what's not dangerous. So I was just really scared. And when I was like out and about by myself, because for example, there's a lot of psychotic people in America, and like I know psychotic people. I know psychotic people are like. I know the statistics. They're more dangerous to themselves than others, and also like they are more like likely to be victims of crimes, of violent crimes, than and the opposite way. Like they're not the ones who are like dangerous to people. But it's just I'm not used to it, so it was just every single time I would take the bus, because like we don't have that here, because we actually have like we care about our people, or kind of our government kind of does, and like we don't have like free healthcare. So if you are really, really psychotic, you will get help, you will get free medicine, you will get, I mean, you have to pay for therapy, unless I think you can get it for free if you're in a really bad economic situation. But anyway, you will still like be able to go to therapy, and there is problems in Norway too, that should, like with the mental health care system and everything, but you have to pay like, I think in general you have to pay like around $200 or something a year, and after that everything is free. Medicine, doctor checkups, mental health things, like everything is free. So you don't need insurance or anything, so that's really good, and I think that's why like I just don't see that many. I assume that's why I just never see really psychotic people everywhere. Also, let's stop using the word psycho and like psychotic to just describe people we dislike, because it's like, no, it means like you have like auditory or visual hallucinations or sensory, and or you're like have delusions, or you've lost contact with reality in some way. It's like, it's not just, oh, that's kind of a rude person or a mean person, they're not psycho. Like, what? Maybe they are, but then that's, ugh. Anyway, so I deleted like all my K-pop songs, and I'm good. I already miss K-pop, but the industry is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Like, ugh. You have all of these kids that go to auditions when they're like really young too. They're like tweens, and they sign these contracts, and they like in some companies, because they have like different companies, and some companies have like put you in debt because you have to pay for your own like dance classes basically, or like you have to pay later for your dance classes and like singing classes and everything. Not all companies do that. You also have these slave contracts. It's literally what it's called, because like now the maximum is 7 years, but I mean, imagine signing a contract for like 7 years when you're like 12 years old. Like, that's terrible. And I don't understand, but how, I mean, I kind of understand why parents do so too, because it's not like it's that much better if you're not a K-pop artist in South Korea. It's like you still have to work. They work so freaking much. Like, imagine, like, because there's a really good YouTube video that I'm like, I saw about this. I don't know, it's probably like the capitalism of K-pop or something it's called. Like, everyone should watch, especially K-pop fans, because honestly, like, of course I knew like all of those things before, but I was just like, but I really like K-pop though, and isn't it good to have like influences from, and not only listen to American music? Like, no, I'm not gonna listen to K-pop. I'm not gonna listen to millionaires like Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande, no matter how much I freaking like Taylor Swift. I really like Taylor Swift. I always like Taylor Swift. I do have one album. I guess I can listen to that because I'm not giving her royalties every time I'm streaming her music and making her even richer. So, and I'm sure I can find more great music. Like, if I just listen to indie music, I do listen to some, and I can continue to listen to that, but I just don't want to listen to, but I really love Harry Styles. I really love One Direction. Luckily, I mean, like, right now I'm listening to jazz a lot, so that's good. But I need to, like, do stuff that's better for the world and is my morals, and not, that's, like, impractical for me. Because like public transport is practical for me, and like I buy a lot of clothes secondhand, like these pants, but it's like, oh, I really love these pants, but it's like that's because I don't have a lot of money and it's cheaper to buy secondhand, and I also really like vintage clothing, and that's where you find it, unless it's like hella expensive. There's some vintage stores that's hella expensive, and like a reproduction store that makes vintage clothing, but I can't afford that, so I buy secondhand, and then I give a pat on my shoulder like, oh yeah, I've been secondhand now for like 5 years or something, maybe more. Like I'm only buying secondhand, and like I did used to I only bought regular clothing when I was in America, because my dad was like, I'm not going to go inside a secondhand store and ever, because like he grew up on secondhand clothing from like the church, because like he grew up in a country that was actually poor, and so of course he was also naturally very poor, and he just really doesn't like secondhand stuff now. So I need to stop like applauding myself for that, because I just think that there's so much stuff that's okay. Another thing I want to do in 2019 is just like become smarter. And like I do not know a lot of things. I do know a lot of things, but there is a lot of things, way more things that I don't know and that I should know. I don't expect any of this from anyone else, because it's like, okay, fine, like I understand. It's the same thing with veganism. Like that's like an argument that's been used against veganism a lot, is that a lot of vegans, and I'm not hating on vegans, but the discussion is that a lot of people are angry with vegans because they feel superior to other people because they are vegans. Again, not all vegans are like this, but this is the discussion, and they kind of expect other people to also be vegans, but then you have people who doesn't have a lot of money, and then they say, oh, okay, but you don't have to be rich to be vegan, it can be really easy. But that's not true though, like, because you also have to like set aside time to like prepare vegan food, and sometimes people, and what about like, there are a bunch of really poor people that's like they buy a lot of Burger King and McDonald's because they don't have time to cook, and even though that can be expensive, it's like if you have a lot of work, you don't have time to like research how to be a healthy vegan. Like it can be easy, but it's also about like to have the mental capacity to do that. Another thing is that honestly, I have seen a lot of vegans who used to have eating disorders, and they say that they're cured by it, or they're basically acting like they're cured by being vegans. But how, and I guess it is good that they are eating, and they're eating a lot, but it's still like, usually you are healthier when you're vegan, and I'm not shitting on being healthy, but like you kind of have to focus a lot of energy, like every time, like you have to think about food a lot, because there's a lot of options there's so much food you can't eat, and like especially if you're poor, like when you're outside, you can't just buy like a hot dog at the store for like or at a kiosk. Is that a word? That's not a word. What is the word? I don't know. You can't just buy a hot dog for like 20 kroners or something, or $1. I don't know. You have to. It's either really expensive or like really difficult to find food, and like you have to think about food a lot and always plan what you eat, and you have to be really careful that you're eating healthy too, because you can't just be like, oh, I'm eating like. You have to eat fish like once a week, at least here, because we don't have any vitamin D, so like all of Norway is deficient, so you're supposed to eat fish twice a week, and all of these other easy things, the easy way that like people are healthy, you have to like always think about getting enough proteins, minerals, and whatever when you're vegan. And for a person who has struggled with eating disorders for a long time, to just have to be so focused on food and getting the right nutrients and stuff, it's like how good is that? I guess it's kind of good. Again, it's kind of good because it's like they're eating and stuff, and that's nice. But like, I don't know how good that is mentally, because to stress about food. Anyway, whatever. So I'm just happy they're eating and being healthy, I guess. But just also just don't force. I mean, that's the main issue with vegans is like, don't force other people to be vegan, and not a lot of vegans do, I think. But yeah, I don't like being moralizing. I is a direct translation. I feel like it's an English word. I don't like being moralizing. Let's say it's a word. So basically, what I mean is, even though I'm going to try really hard to follow my morals, going to try way harder, I'm not expecting this of anyone else. But since I'm also trying to like better my mind and stop wasting all my time, for example, instead of watching Vine compilations or like there's so much stuff on YouTube that's like, it's literally just a waste of time. Like I don't know, what do I watch? I watch a bunch of stupid videos that I don't learn anything from. Like vlogs. I don't watch a lot of vlogs, but still, I don't even know what the videos are, because it's like they don't give me anything. So I've started to watch, like the three cool peeps, Philosophy Tube, ContraPoints, and H Bumper Guy. I've seen some of their videos before, but like now I've started watching them way more, and I really liked Oliver Thorne's Philosophy Tube's point that there's so much stuff. I don't know the video, but he said like people are excusing people in the past for being slave owners or just thinking that slavery is fine, or being racist, and we're like, oh, but that was how life used to be. Like everyone was racist, everyone had slaves, or like was cool with people having slaves. That's just the way society viewed things. But not everyone was okay with slaves. The slaves knew that slavery sucked and was bad, and they said so. They did say like, this sucks, slavery is bad. And I think that, and he also said like, what things in the future will I be excused for, or we will be excused for? And I thought that was just really, really great, because it's like I'm doing so much stuff now that is just bad and against my morals, and hopefully the world will go in the direction that I wish it will, like be a bit more socialist and nice, and let's share the benefits and stop like exploiting the workers and whatever. So I hope that the world will be a better place, and if it is, there's a bunch of things that I'm doing now that I don't agree with, and it's like, just because it's easy, just because it's the general opinion of people, doesn't mean, I don't know. It's like Capital. Like, we're Capital in the Hunger Games, and the Hunger Games is honestly a really good book series. I read it like many years before everyone else. Like literally, it was like 2 years until I met someone else who had read it. I was like, oh my god, have you read the Hunger Games? Now everyone has seen the movie. Also, I slept outside the cinema to get tickets, and I hugged Finnick Odair, and Effie Trinket called me cute. No, maybe it was Joanna Mason who called me cute. I don't know. No, I got a picture. Joanna called me cute, I hugged Finnick, and Effie said I was cute. No, did I say the same thing? No, I got a picture with Effie. Unfortunately, I had dressed up as Capital, and a lot of people dressed up, but they all looked really cool and had like really nice costumes. But I was just like, let me just put on my ugliest freaking outfit and like paint my face hella weird, because like Capital is, they're ugly. They're ugly people. So they have ugly fashion. So yeah, I can't post the picture. I have one picture with a celebrity. Actually, I have two, but I have one picture and it's like hella ugly, and then the other one is like me with the singer of Neon Trees, but it's not actually a picture of us. It's like I went to their concert, and afterwards it was like a free concert, and I was so happy because like in Chicago just that day, and the picture is like a bunch of fans was like walking after them, and I was too with my dad. I was like 13 years old. I don't know. I was like a kid. No, maybe I was like 15. I don't know. But it was just me. He's like saying my name, and I like turn around, and like I look really. I was just like, why are you saying my name and like tell me to turn around? Like I want to meet him. Of course, I never got to him, but it's like him in the background, pretty close actually, and like me just being like, what? So, yes, I don't have a lot of cool pictures of me with celebrities. But I don't want to care about celebrities anymore. I don't want to care about like celebrities, because it's really, I mean, in one way, it is important to be informed, to know like, for example, oh, there's still like sexism, because like Ariana Grande is like blamed for Mac Miller's death, and like she went through that concert bombing when she saw like 22 of her fans get blown up, and like now she's getting blamed for like Pete Davidson's mental health and all of that jazz, and that really sucks. But I also just don't want to care about celebrities in a way, like unless it's like through a critical lens of society. I just don't want to care about who's dating who, like, or what they're up to. I don't want to care anymore, and I think that's probably going to be really hard, because people talk about that, and I still want to be able to have conversations. But maybe if I stop being so freaking dumb, I can join in on political discussions, because like honestly, I don't know anything. I am really, really freaking dumb. I don't know anything, and that's okay. But it's not okay to continue to just accept my dumbness, because now I have so much free time. I have so much, I know that I don't have to be this way, and like again, I don't expect this from anyone else, but I know I expect this from me personally, because I know that I can be better. I know that I can definitely learn so much stuff, and why am I not doing that? Because I'm lazy, and I spend all my time on freaking Vine compilations that doesn't give me anything, and it's instant gratification, and I feel so much better after like reading a freaking Kerouac book, because it's like it's really interesting, and this, of course, and also I do want to get better at like concentrating, so that I don't have for example, one thing is I've wasted a lot of time being hungover, for example, and then it's like I literally can't read, because it's like I'm just so tired. It's not going in, and which is why this lifestyle change for me to start learning. I want to change so much stuff, like eating healthy, and I'm learning how to cook, because I don't know how to cook. I'm a really, really picky eater, so that really sucks, and I basically just found like 3 things that I like, and that's what I've been living off of for like so long, and no, I cannot do that, because also I've tried to cook before, but it turns out disgusting, because I don't know, like I can't experiment. I was like, okay, I know like mushrooms and meat. I put it in a pan and some onions, and then it doesn't taste good because I don't use a recipe. So now I started using recipes, and it's actually really yummy. I made soup the other day for the first time in my life. That's embarrassing, but whatever. I made soup. I mean, I've made tomato soup, like the one that's just like the powder, and you put water and milk. But I actually made real soup. And last week, and I'm gonna make some more soup today. I should probably do the whole now, because that's something I did. I bought ingredients for soup. because now I know to make. I learned to make scones, so I baked scones like a couple of weeks ago, and I also baked scones like the 31st of December. It's 2nd of January now, and the 31st of December I made scones. Oh, maybe I should just upload this video today, and then because I wanted to like I'm so many videos behind, but this is really like a start of the year video, so maybe because when I talk about books, I'm often like, oh yeah, just finish this, and it's like a timeline. But since this is just life in general, I guess it's fine if I just YOLO, I'm gonna upload this video now. But starting the haul a bit, I bought this. I don't know what it's called in English. I barely know what it's called in Norwegian, actually. So I bought this thing, and the first time I made the soup, I didn't know you had to like oh, and also bought this thing, and I have like some other ingredients for the soup I'm making. I did not know you had to like take the skin off. Is it called? It's literally just called skin in English. Is it? Because that would sound really weird in Norwegian. Maybe it does sound weird in English too. I don't know. But yes, I didn't know you had to take the skin off, so I had to do that while eating the soup or something. Maybe you can't eat the skin, I don't know. But the second time I made the soup, oh, this is gonna be the third time I'm making this soup, which is good, and I need to learn a new recipe soon. My grandpa actually bought me a Norwegian food recipe book, which is good. Since I'm moving away, I need to hang on to that culture. Also got this sweater for Christmas. For Christmas, actually, I did really well with my gift giving, because you know, the most capitalistic freaking holiday. I mean, I hate gift giving, and gift receiving I hate even more. I don't like Christmas gifts, because usually people don't need stuff, and there's just a lot of things that are like, why we don't need these things, why do we have these things, why do we give each other these things, it's stupid. And but this year I made candles and chocolates for people, for my family, and I did buy one thing. I bought like a Grammy and Oscar statue for my grandma, and world like best grandma, which is like, okay, that's kind of like a children gift, but I genuinely think that she deserves an award for being such a great grandma. So whatever, it was genuine despite it being like a child's thing. And the candles turned out really well. My friend taught me, and I had such a communist Christmas. Like, I celebrated with my best friend and her family, and like her Russian dad started talking about like communism during like really loudly during the dinner, and like my grandma started singing the international, you know, the song, the socialist song, and I was like, this is great. And my mom also gave really good Christmas gifts, because she just gave everyone t-shirts that was like talked about the chronic fatigue syndrome, like ME or something. I guess it's just ME in English too. Yeah, I think it is. And that was really good, because it's like, yay, oh, I should probably start wearing that. I mean, it doesn't go in my fashion style, but it's really good, because it's true that it says like the forgotten millions or something, which is true. Like, people don't really think about and care at all about this chronically ill or this disease. So I was like, that's a good gift. And I also assumed that when buying it, she gave money to some foundation. I hope so. I assume so. But yeah, I'm gonna learn how to make more food, and I baked some scones, so I'm gonna warm some scones up later, and that's good. And I just want to be the most ethical I can be. Like, of course, there's always, I'm not going to be 100% clean of ethical stuff. Like, I'm sure like a bunch of, I probably shouldn't have bought some of these things that they might be bad for the world, but you know, to just continually be better and learn more stuff about ways to be better. So signing up to do volunteer work, and stop listening and supporting all of those artists that make great music, but they're billionaires, and I don't like that. I don't like that, and I could. And why would I contribute to that? I don't know. Just because I like it, I like ethical music too. So why not listen to that? Let's do the actual haul though. I got this book. So this is a notebook that I'm gonna use for writing about the Beat Generation, and I'm reading my characters, so you can guess where this video is supposed to be in the upload thingy. And I'm taking notes, but not right now. I just use like this notebook that I use for a bunch of stuff, and I really like that notebook because there's a lot of fun stuff in it. But I thought to be more organized would be a good idea, because then I can like go back and read my beat notes more properly. And also, like, I'm thinking of making a series that's like who is Jack Kerouac, and like who is Allen Ginsberg, and so for my own sake, honestly, because I mean maybe for others, but like I think it would be good. First of all, I kind of like doing presentations, although I haven't in like 3 years or something, or I don't know, a really long time. But I was always kind of good at presentations in school, but I feel like I've forgotten how to do them. But so I want to start to practice, and also like to actually know, like to get to know things properly, like hopefully, because I still like there's some basic facts that I just don't know. And like again, all I want to do is like categorize and organize my knowledge of the Beat Generation, instead of just being like, oh, fun fact, did you know like Allen Ginsberg was thrown out of Cuba once, and then like kind of getting to know like, okay, so that was in 52, like I know this specifically, and not like just being like, oh, I think, and did that happen like after Neil Cassidy died? Like, yes it did, I know that, but like there's a bunch of stuff that's just a mess, and I want to categorize my knowledge and know, and be sure, and like I'm not really sure like when I'm pretty sure Kerouac was born in 29. No, but Allen Ginsberg I think was born in 29, but I also thought that Kerouac was like 2 years older than him or something. So I know Allen Ginsberg was born 3rd of June because that's my birthday. But yeah, and Neil Cassidy was born 4th of July. What? No, he wasn't. Of August. What? I mean, I feel like, or September? I really thought he was born in, I know, oh no, February. Yes, 4th of February? Doesn't sound right. Whatever. These are the stuff, these are the things that I want to know and be sure of, and not be like, I guess he was born around that time, so yeah. Like, oh, I know Burroughs is like kind of a lot older than that, but not like that much, but like 10 years maybe. And I need to know these things properly. So I want to make a series of presentations where I go through the most famous beats, like starting with Allen Ginsberg, Kerouac, and Burroughs and Cassidy, and then maybe move on to like Carolyn and Joyce Johnson, Carolyn Cassidy and Joyce Johnson, and maybe like Corso and other people, but the main bitches first. And then I bought this book that's like going to be another study book, but just like for different stuff, because like as I said, I want to, one of the things that I need to learn more so that I can be a better person. I want to know like what really is communism. Like, of course I know like some stuff, like, oh, you had like this Marx and Engels, and they wrote like some shit, and it was kind of good, and like people like it, and there's like Marxist and like cultural Marxism, and then freaking, oh my goodness, I hate people who talk about Jordan Peterson. I think it's really boring. Or maybe he isn't boring, it's just that I hate the people who talk about him. So maybe, and like talk about him in a bad way, of course, but still, like, I don't think they're funny, so maybe that's why I don't think it's funny to talk about him, because they annoy me. But these are like the male feminists I know that aren't feminist at all. So I am annoyed. But oh yeah, like I was gonna say postmodern neo-Marxism that he's talking about. The point is, I kind of know. Of course, I of course kind of know what communism is. And like there's like Stalin and Lenin or whatever, but I don't know like, or that's maybe socialism. See, I don't even know. I don't know stuff. I don't know specifics. I know, of course, that we should share the wealth and stuff, and I know like the concepts of like, you have workers and they should pay for their own stuff and labor and everything, but I don't know specifics, and I might be a communist, but I don't know, because I don't know enough about communism, so I'm just calling myself a socialist. I don't really know that much about socialism either, but I know enough to know that I'm a socialist, and especially because, like, I might be a communist, but that's kind of a radical stance, so until I properly learn about communism, I'm going to be a socialist. And yeah, so I am looking forward to learning so I can be even better. Maybe I can start being way more politically active, and maybe I have to start being politically active as a communist. And also, I am trying to emigrate to America, so I might not want to, because it's a really bad thing over there. It's not that bad to be a communist there. It's like whatever, but there it's like, over there, I mean, it used to be, and it's kind of is still like kind of a really dramatical thing, and it's not really that dramatical here, so whatever. I'm not a communist yet, so please let me in, Trump. Please just give me my freaking green card already. And then I bought something bad. I bought these like 5 nylon stockings, like kind of this thing. I bought like these things. Oh, it looks so cool, because can I say it like this? Because I love my shoes. They look so badass. Also, like, this shoes thing is good because, like, I wear the same shoes for, like, 5 years straight. And that's how I like it. So, again, it's, like, pat on the shoulder for something that's, like, just how you like to live life. It's not really about ethics, is it? I mean, it's kind of is. But, because I do like shoes a lot. But I also do not have money. And also, I like these shoes the most. So, there's a reason why I wear these every day. For 5 years I wear Dr. Martens until they die, and that's good because, like, consumerism is bad, but it's also like because I like these shoes. They look so cool. Maybe I shouldn't, because, like, it's so popular to be torn on my feet. I cannot believe, but whatever, like what you like. So I bought these, and I bet that this is not very good for the world, but I need to wear stockings. It's really cold here, and I should buy wool stockings, but, like, it's not that cold. So what should I do? I have to do this. Sorry, maybe there's some better an alternative, but I also bet it's going to be really expensive. But also, like, I should spend money on, like, because, oh no, I'm so poor. You know who's poor? The people, the children working in factories, and, like, for, like, no money an hour, and that they're poor. So whatever, I should be poorer. I mean, I should be richer too, because we should share the wealth, but I should be poorer too, because I should spend all my money on really expensive stuff that's good for the world. So maybe next time I buy tights, because I actually bought these tights because why? Because I realized that to look classy, you shouldn't wear tights with a bunch of holes in them. I did not know this until now, because I have been very trashy, but now I am trying to be classy, and I'm trying to be budget classy, so I don't know. I mean, this sweater was really expensive. I don't know what even my economic situation. I do have a lot of money, but I also have no money. Ha ha ha, interesting, whatever. And the next thing I bought was this is from Lush, because I was like, I really hope it works, because, like, my hair is crazy because it's, like, been bleached twice. It's been bleached twice, and also this video is gonna look funny if I upload it now, because I went to the hairdresser in the meantime. So it's like, why do you have brown hair? And then suddenly I have ugly yellow hair again, and then you have to wait some videos before I get brown hair. But anyway, I really hope this works, because my hair has always been crazy. I mean, it's been crazy because like I'm mixed race, so my mom was like, what the heck do I do with this curly hair? And just cut it short, and like it was always like tangly, and now I finally figured out how to do it properly, and like I have to use products and stuff. I have to use like oil and everything. Oh, but I just realized that I have to stop, which is why I did not buy I found out that the conditioner that works for me is like the Moroccan oil one, but then, you know, like the Morocco and I don't know the English word for the country. What? Or what? Whatever. You know how Morocco isn't the greatest country in the world, with the whole like Saharavian? I don't know if you understand what I mean. But Moroccan oil might be bad. There's like, because I've heard that there's like one Moroccan hair product that is really bad and you should not buy it. And I buy all of it from Morocco or something, and so I am a bit worried that I am using very unethical hair products. But this is Lush, and Lush is great, so I am safe. And so I just really hope it works, because my hair is like just really sad, and I've bleached it twice and colored it. I bleached it and colored it orange, and then I bleached it, and it was just, and like, it was just like blonde, and like the bottom part is bleached twice, so and it's curly, so it's like my hair is really sad and can't survive a lot of stuff. So I really hope that this is good for it and it's not gonna make my hair crazy. And then I bought this planner because I was looking at planners for literally like 20 minutes, and this one is like the 2019 plan, because I've never had a planner, and I need to have a planner, be more organized, because I am not an organized person. And that sometimes makes my life a bit difficult. So now I am becoming an organized person and not accepting that as a personality trait of mine, because it's negative and I can change it. So I have bought a planner, and I'm very much looking forward to like really knowing what my appointments are, and like just really having everything known. Yes. And I bought some more stuff. I bought so much stuff. Oh, I bought yarn. I bought yarn because I really want to, I love wearing vests. And I know, and also if I make the clothes myself, it's definitely ethical. And also, oh wait, is it? Because the yarn could be unethical. Oh jeez. Well, but it's more ethical because the yarn could be unethical and the labor could be unethical if it's by someone else. But here is only the yarn. Whatever. I bought yarn. Again, it's difficult to be perfect, but it's also good to try to be as perfect as you can. And I know I can be way better. Way better. And I want to make a vest because I really like vests, but I've only found one, the one I wore in the last video. That is not the last video if I upload this now. And I only found one that fits me, and I really like vests, but I've only ever made a scarf before, so I don't think I should make a vest. So I'm gonna make socks. So I bought socks, sticks, I don't know, what is this? There's so many words that I don't know. And I bought this, and I thought some gray socks would be great. And I hope I can be really good at it and like gift them socks to people. I don't know, she said that you needed 3 for a women's size, but maybe I can make socks for my mom. I do have a friend that wanted socks, but he is male, but I should make him some socks actually, because he makes a lot of beer, and so I always get free beer at his house. So that's really nice. Oh, I need to ask him for money actually, because I bought video game. Well, I will not do this now. But another reason why I made this is I wanted to invest. I can't find any, and also it's ethical kind of, and also it's cool and it's fun, and also I do smoke a lot of cigarettes, and I do so because I like doing stuff with my hands. Like in class, I was always drawing, which is why I'm kind of good at drawing. Because like I was always, I mean, it used to be my thing, but I don't really draw that much anymore. I just smoke cigarettes, and I always like doing stuff with my hands, and I want to stop smoking so many cigarettes. I mean, I know that that's like a classical resolution, and I'm not going to stop. Like, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But what I am doing is I am cutting out all the unnecessary cigarettes. So for example, yesterday I was hungover because it was 1st of January, and I'm of course I'm going to celebrate the new year. I'm doing a white January actually with my friend. I don't know if she will be able to make it, but why? I guess I kind of want to anyway, because it's fun, and I'm also wondering how it will affect my overall health, and not just like, of course it would be great to not be hungover, but like the longer lasting effects, I feel like I will just feel more refreshed in general if I don't drink once a week. So what my point was, this is part 1. Did I finish my haul? Okay, I'm gonna finish this video. The point is that I was smoking too much, and it's mostly because I do stuff with my hands. And like for example, yesterday I was hungover, and my grandparents just got home, and I don't like making videos in public. And so yeah, I want to just do this, because yesterday I would have probably like smoked several cigarettes despite me hating smoking when I'm hungover, and today I would smoke like in the morning or after my shower, and like on the way to the tram, and like when I was like shopping and walking up the shopping street, like, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it. So today I've only smoked 1 cigarette, and that's fine, because I'm not trying to quit, but I'm trying to get rid of all the unnecessary cigarettes I smoke. That's just like, oh, but it feels natural when I'm walking, or it feels natural like in the morning, and it's like, but I don't actually want them, and I don't even enjoy it, so why would I do that? It costs money, and it costs my health, so I'm like chopping those stuff away from my life.